you ever had the feeling, deep in the pit of your stomach, that something is horribly wrong, yet you cannot put your finger on exactly what it is? Should we pay any heed to these errant impulses in our modern world of motorcars and luxury liners? Why cling to a candle if you can have electric light? I was newly wed to a gentleman of means, my ticket out of these rotten boroughs into an infant society where I could establish myself without fear of being judged by my past. And yet something tugged at me as we drove towards Southampton. A deep-seated urge to seek shelter, to be happy with my meager lot in life, rather than to forge ahead haplessly into the unknown. I banished these thoughts from my mind as best I could, willing myself to focus on the cradle of New York City, which awaited mine and Robert's arrival some 5,000 kilometers away. The sizable gulf would be traversed in nearly as much comfort as was available back at Ashley Manor. I was one of the lucky few afforded the opportunity to travel on the R.M.S. Titanic. I was curiously uncertain about many things, but I knew without a doubt this would be a journey I wouldn't soon forget.
Good morning, sir and madam. Welcome aboard the pride of the White Star Line R.M.S. Titanic. May I have your boarding passes, please?
Of course. Here you are.
Ah, Mr. Ashley, an honor, sir. And madam?
Robert, don't you have my boarding pass?
No, I gave it to Montague. He was to give it to you.
But he didn't. At least, not that I remember.
Mr. Ashley, madam, perhaps you could step aside until you find madam's pass.
Can't you just let us on? My man may have boarded already.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm under strict orders.
You'd best start looking for my pass, Robert.
Margaret, darling, are you sure Montague didn't give it to you? Perhaps you simply misplaced it somewhere nearby. Be a dear and look around for it while I hold our place, would you? Have you found your pass yet, my dear? I need to get settled and have a bath.
I'm sorry, madam.
Madam, I assure you, my intent was not to harm the boy.
Well, you weren't being friendly.
I do believe he picked my pocket.
I did no such thing.
I assure you, madam, he did. Mrs. Ashley?
Montague, do you have my boarding pass?
Margie?
Mother? What on earth are you doing here?
I came here looking for you, Margie, to beg you not to go to America.
Mother, we've discussed all this. I have a new life now, a husband.
Oh, yes. You mean the husband what made you renounce your own blood? How could I forget?
I thought I made myself clear to you last month. How can you show up here and embarrass me like this?
Embarrass you? I'm trying to save you. Please don't get on this blasted ship. I've a terrible feeling.
We'll be back for a few weeks this winter. If you insist, we can discuss this further then. Right now, I have to find my boarding pass.
Fine. Ignore your own mother.
If I may, madam, I have both of our boarding passes right here. Just a moment. They're gone. It was that boy. That boy stole them.
Where did he go?
Off towards baggage. I'm sorry, madam. Please don't tell Mr. Ashley.
Don't worry about it, Montague. I'll take care of it. Little boy, did you steal some papers from that man over there?
What? I never did nothing.
What's your name?
George.
George. That's a pleasant name. I don't want to hurt you, Georgie, I promise. Why don't you just give me the papers back and we'll leave it at that?
Get stuffed, lady.
Wait! Come back! Fiddlesticks! The crankcase looks like it's missing. The crankcase looks... George, get out of that car this instant!
No, you can't make me.
I only want to speak to you properly. What if I gave you a present? Would you like that?
Got any cigarette cartons?
No, and even if I did, I wouldn't give them to a little boy. I'm convinced they're not good for you.
What I want cigarettes for? I want the little cards what come in the packages. I've got almost 50 already. I'm going for a full set.
Oh, well, I suppose I could look around for something like that.
You promised me a cigarette.
I believe that crate is full of cigarettes bound for the New World. The rope appears strong and thick. That doesn't look like your... The rope appears strong and thick.
I'm mo...
Oh, please,
Have you found...
The rope appears... The rope appears strong and thick. There's nothing left to do. The rope... That is... That worked like a charm. wind should do the trick. George...
You're
Here you are, George.
Oh, brilliant.
Now can you return what you stole?
But I already told you. I ain't steal nothing. Old bloke dropped his papers. I was going to pick 'em up for him, and he rocked me on me head. I didn't...
Okay, well, even if the old bloke dropped the papers, you did...
What I want with a bunch of lousy papers?
The
other one there, the lady. I saw her pick up the papers while the old bloke was busy beating her.
I think I can have a guess.
Oh no, the ship's about to leave.
Give me back...
Why, I'm sure I don't know what...
I know you...
What? Oh. Oh, well, I did find a boarding pass, come to think of it. Is it yours? Oh, dear me, I'm so very sorry. Here you go.
I can't believe you, Mother. Give Montague back his as well.
Well, I only found one. If, as you say, there was a second pass.
You had better be telling me the truth, Mother.
Oh dear, oh dear. I'd best pop off to the ticket office and purchase another pass. The ship...
Such a proper gentleman, when he's not boxing children's ears, that is. Well, I'll be going myself. Must take my medication. So long, Margie.
Winter, yes.
Ah, thank you, madam. All appears to be in order, and good thing, too. It would have been a shame to miss out on such an historic voyage.
Indeed.
Stateroom 4B is just down the starboard hall from the entrance. Stateroom 12B is down the port hall.
Pardon me? Is that correct, Robert? We have separate cabins?
Well, yes, my dear. I thought it would be more comfortable for you.
Of course.
I must admit, this exceeds even my expectations.
It's a bit all right, all right.
Margaret, although I adore your colorful phrases, others might not be so understanding. Try and restrain yourself in mixed company.
Of course, Robert.
I fancy a bit of lunch. Care to dine at the Café Parisien?
I'm not hungry at the moment. I'd just like to spend some time settling in if it's all the same to you.
Not a problem. You know where I'll be if you need me.
Seems the little fellow just doesn't want to let go of that perch.
Ma'am, I've just finished up here.
That's fine, Montague. By the way, about my mother.
A most intriguing woman, ma'am. She had a good many things to say about her only daughter.
I'm sure she did. She can be a terrible bore. But I do miss her sometimes.
Ma'am, forgive me for speaking out of turn, but I thought she was a refreshing and delightful woman whose heart was clearly broken. If you'll excuse me.
My fingers are not quite slender enough to grab hold of the knot. Ah, yes. I'd forgotten about this fall. Ah, scissors. Yes, well, I suppose I had some good reason. Seems the little fellow... I need to use... I'm in no mood for a proper lunch with Robert, but a boiled egg might hit the spot. Too bad reaching in. The eggs are too far.
Ah, you've arrived. I ordered without you. I didn't...
That's quite all right. I'm not feeling well anyway. I've no appetite at all.
Perhaps you just need to get your sea legs. Might take a while. But do try and act yourself by this evening. We'll be dining with the captain.
Of course. Robert, why did we need to travel in separate cabins? We are married, after all.
Margaret, dear, you know I care for you, but travel by ship is cramped enough. I need my own space, as you need yours. And as we've only been married a few weeks, it might seem a little rushed.
We're traveling to the new world, Robert. You'd best stop putting your old world way of thinking behind you. In the Orient, bamboo brings you good fortune. It's quite pretty to look at as well. Spoon doesn't reach. I need to use that. I do. Seems the little. I need to use... Odd. It's a bird's nest, but there's nothing in it at the moment. Odd. Seems the little fellow... There's nothing left to do. I've done all I can. There's nothing. In the Orient, No. I need to use... I can't do... No. I... Seems the little fellow just... No. What have we here? A secret passage? I'm an inquisitive kind of girl. Let's see where this leads.
No, this won't do at all. You're not meant to be here.
What? Where exactly is here?
Greater minds than ours spent their entire lives asking that question, succeeding only in mucking things up further. What's your name, young lady?
I'm Margaret Ashley, and what I meant was, what is this room? Why is it here? And who are you?
I'm Dean Tavaloris, and you've entered my private sanctum, one that I designed into the plans from this ship's very inception.
You designed this ship?
Well, not exactly. I was employed as an assistant shipwright. I was placed in charge of all the less glamorous aspects of shipbuilding, plumbing, cargo holds, engines, that kind of thing.
Ah, so you slipped in a little private stateroom for yourself, and now you're a stowaway on your own ship. Is that it?
Clearly you do not grasp the importance of Titanic. All great men shall at some point call her home. Businessmen, world leaders, heroes, artists. Decisions made aboard this ship will determine the course of the world as we know it. What I have built here is a network of halls between halls, that I may bear witness to history in the making. I silvered mirrors on several decks so that I can see out, but nobody can see in.
So, you're going to spy on people for kicks?
No, absolutely not. Forgive me, madam, but I find that point of view rather naive.
To each his own, I suppose. I'll be leaving now.
Promise to keep my secret.
I don't want any trouble, Mr. Tavaloris. What you do is your own affair. I just need to get back. I'm having dinner with the captain this evening.
Most certainly. Oh, but you cannot leave the way you came in, I'm afraid. One-way door.
I should have guessed as much. So how do I get out of here?
Down the second hallway, there's another mirrored door which opens into the first-class parlor. Just try not to be seen leaving, or we'll both end up in the stockade.
Right. It looks as if there's a section of pipe missing. It's too dark down that hall. I think I see some matches under there. And that should do it. If I end up needing more than this. That must be the door Mr. Tavaloris was talking about. There are some people standing on the other side, so I can't use it. I could probably make out what they're saying to each other if I tried. Maybe if I put my ear against the mirror.
But of course, it never came to pass because What was that? Did you see that?
See what?
I swear I saw some motion behind that mirror.
I think you need to stop staring at yourself quite so much, my dear man.
That man could see me when I got close to the mirror. I'd best not try that again. I recognize this crate from the dock. It's got a lock on it. But randomly guessing at the combination would be fruitless. I recognize... It's a ventilation shaft. I closed the vent. That looks like one of those newfangled smoke and heat detectors. sounds an alarm when the temperature gets too high, or if the room floods with smoke. It's a ventilation shaft. That... I need to use... That opened the valve. I need to use... It looks as if there's a section of... It looks as if there's a
My dear girl, do be careful when you're...
It looks as if there's a It looks as if there's a No. It looks as... I recognize this. I can't if I get too close to the mirror. That opened the valve. I closed the vent. I opened the vent. I closed. That opened the valve. I opened the vent. I closed. I've nothing left to accomplish. No. I closed the vent. I've routed the steam into the next room. The steam is getting sucked into the ventilation shaft. The steam is getting... I can't if I get too close. I opened the vent. The steam fogged up the mirror.
It's a priceless mummy of the pharaoh Menkaure. That's why it's secured with a combination lock. I used my birth date as the combination, the month, the day, and finally the year.
That's probably not a smart thing to tell me. I'm psychic, you know. I could easily guess your birthday.
I don't see how that matters. If you're truly psychic, you'd know the combination regardless of whether it was my birthday.
March 21st.
Not even close.
Right. But the month's got an A in it. Or an E.
Actually, no. Forgive me for saying so, but you're not very good at what you do. I will tell you that if you take the number of letters in the month times itself, you'll get the day.
Tut tut. Say no more. I have it sussed. So, what year were you born?
That's an impertinent question to ask a lady. Nevertheless, my lack of confidence in your ability is such that I would gladly part with that information. I was born in 1867.
Now that I have a little more information, let's see if I can decide.
Okay, let me concentrate. No A or E in the month. The number of letters in the month times itself gives you the day. Born in 67. Definitely spinster territory. Not that it matters. I mean, you're definitely a Libra. Or maybe a Sagittarius.
And you do this for a living, do you?
Okay, let me concentrate. No A or E in the month. The number of letters in the month times itself gives you the day. Born in 67. Definitely spinster territory. Not that it matters. I mean, you're definitely a Libra. Or maybe a Sagittarius.
And you do this for a living, do you?
A sarcophagus. It looks thousands of years old. I think I'll hang on to the shroud that was covering it. It's a ventilation. There's nothing left to...
Okay.
And you...
I closed the... I've routed the steam into... That set off an alarm.
Excuse me for interrupting.
Oh, not...
It's just that the heat sensor in hold number 4 went off, and the captain thought you should be...
Hold number 4? Mencal Ray is in hold number...
Pardon me?
I've got to be sure it's okay. Excuse...
My, she...
Yes, sir, she did. Well,
And I shall retire to my room.
At last.